Hot off the press, June month-end data and reports for the housing market have just come out. With the inflation at a 40-year high, the looming recessions, and the mortgage rates on the rise, will you ever be able to afford a house? And if you are a seller, is your home dropping in value every month? What direction is the Salt Lake City housing market heading? Well, these are the things we'll chat about today. I'm Trev King, a realtor with Selling Salt Lake. Can you believe we're halfway through the year already? Today we'll look at how June wrapped up, and we'll look at what is happening in the housing market so far in July. Heads up, you should subscribe to this channel. I make weekly videos, so if you want the inside scoop about the Utah real estate market, hit that subscribe button. But first, let's jump in. The July market update is really a story of three I's. I don't mean I as in eyeballs, I mean I as in inflation, inventory, and interest rates. Before we jump into each individual I, let's level set and see some facts about the current Utah real estate market. Be sure to watch until the end. I'll answer the question of, is the Salt Lake City housing market going to crash? But first, let's look at June. It was the first month in the last 3 years we've seen lower sales prices than the month prior and a lower total number of sales. That's a significant change. There were 1,347 home sales in Salt Lake County in June. This is the lowest number of sales for a June month in a decade. Yikes! June is a busy summer month. People are wanting to move and get settled in before the school year starts again. This June was 26% lower than home sales in June of 2021. How is July going to shake out? The data so far is pointing towards a continuing softening of the market. So you can see here, Salt Lake City, according to a recent ABC4.com news article, was the number 2 market that saw the largest year-over-year increase in homes for sale. This is the inventory, increase in inventory, at 110.8% increase. We're number 2, only next to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Let's take a look at some more stats now. You will see here, the blue line is this year, 2022, and the black line is last year, 2021. This is from the beginning of this year through the end of June. Notice in the beginning of this year, we had several months where we had less homes for sale than last year. Around March is when we started to see homes for sale this year outpace what we had last year. And in April, it really started to skyrocket compared to last year. Now let's take a look at the homes that are in under contract status, or the sold homes. Wow, you can see right around that same April timeframe is when we started to see less homes being sold this year versus homes last year, even though we have so much more inventory and homes available for sale this year. Now that we have reviewed the current state of the market, let's get into the 3 I's and see how they are impacting what we are seeing today. Inflation. The latest June report just came out, and inflation is at 9.1%. This is a 40-year high. It's 9.1% more expensive to live your everyday life than it was a few months ago. And you've seen the news headlines talking about the inflation, the gas prices, the rising rents, and the looming recession. Well, this fear and uncertainty of what direction the economy is going is causing people to pause and think twice about if now is the right time to buy a house. We are seeing more houses coming available on the market and not enough buyers making offers to match the amount of homes that are on the market. Which brings us to the next I, inventory. We've just covered in depth with the graphs and the statistics that I showed you about how there are more homes for sale on the market now than there was a year ago. And every month we can continue to see more homes than there are buyers making offers on those homes. We've seen 20% of the active listings so far in the month of July have price reductions. I've been helping clients and we've seen this in the Salt Lake City market at large, and buyers are excited to see some price reductions happening. They're feeling like they can finally get into some homes now. Let's talk about the big one, interest rates. Rates are rising. They are now in the 6% bracket, and just a few months ago they were in the 3% range. Now remember those graphs we looked at? In both of the active listings and the under contract listings, it was April that we started to see a dramatic change in trend. That's also the time that we really started to see interest rates rising. And that's a major correlation to the market shift. Because the interest rates are rising, some buyers are falling out of the market. They're being priced out of the market in the sense that now their mortgage rate, their monthly payment is higher, and they can no longer afford the homes that they were previously looking at. But there is a great solution in this situation. Sellers are coming to the table with additional money to help buyers buy down their interest rate so that they can have a monthly payment that they can afford. And it's a win-win situation because the sellers can sell their house and move on without having to think about possibly taking future price reductions in the upcoming months. And that means buyers can keep their monthly mortgage payment affordable and lower than they would have if the rate wasn't bought down. Are you curious about more solutions? Reach out to me, call me, text me. I'm available 7 days a week to help you. I have trusted mortgage partners that I can connect you with so that they can talk through all of your options when it comes to loans and interest rates. So, does all of this information mean that we're headed towards a crash? I think it's a little too soon to tell, but be sure to subscribe because in August, in a few weeks from now, when the new data and trend comes out, I'm going to review it with you so that we can see what direction the market is headed. I'd love to know what you think about is the market heading towards a crash. So be sure to leave a comment below. And the bottom line is the best time to buy or sell is when it's right for you and your life. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. It makes my day when I hear from you all. And talking about moving, be sure to watch this next video. I share with you moving hacks to make your move as smooth as possible and a mistake that I made that I don't want you to make. See you there.